The U.S. government is racing to evacuate Americans from Wuhan as China sends medical reinforcements to the city where the deadly coronavirus outbreak began. Officials there say the virus is now spreading faster. So far, it's killed at least 81 people in China. More than 2,700 others have been infected across 13 countries. 5 of those cases are here in the U.S. Ramy Inocencio has been covering this story from Beijing after leaving Wuhan last week. Ramy, how are people there reacting?
Sure. Good morning. Well, China's health minister, Ma Xiaowei, has said that he expects infections to continue to rise. And of course, that has everyone here in the country even more nervous. Now, get this. Wuhan and at least 16 other cities with a population of more than 50 million people are still on some kind of transport lockdown. And we spoke to one American stuck in Wuhan, and he says that panic is starting to rise.
The biggest problem is I just wish I could get my family off where we need to go to America.
American Justin Steese and his wife Ling have lived together in Wuhan for the past year and a half. Just 3 weeks ago, Ling gave birth to their baby boy, Colm.
My biggest fear is that I would go out, get sick, not knowing it, and then come home and spread it to Ling and the baby.
Steese was a soldier in the National Guard for 5 years, but his wife doesn't have a U.S. visa yet, and he can't leave Wuhan to finish her paperwork.
Otherwise, I would have evacuated with the rest of the people and got my wife and kid out of here.
He and reportedly 1,000 other Americans are now stranded as the Chinese government works to contain the deadly virus within its borders. But it's quickly worked its way around the world.
This case poses no immediate threat to the general public.
On Sunday, Los Angeles County officials tried to reassure the public they weren't in danger after 2 more cases in the U.S. were confirmed, one there and one in Maricopa County in Arizona, all while the number of infections worldwide continues to climb. Back in China, the epidemic has even forced the government to extend the massive Lunar New Year holiday by 3 days, so officials have more time to work and to keep people from contracting and transmitting the virus. At ground zero of the epidemic in Wuhan, excavators are now working around the clock to build 2 hospitals to treat the infected. And food reserves are being sent in as near empty shelves line supermarkets. But for all the government's efforts, Steese says they're not making anyone feel any better.
What the Chinese government is saying, oh, it's calm, resolute, the citizens are actually freaking out a little bit more than normal.
And the State Department has said it is chartering a flight to evacuate Americans out of Wuhan. Justin, though, will not be on that flight. Who will be? It'll be U.S. consulate staff as well as some American citizens who will be paying their own way. And earlier, I was in touch with U.S. Embassy here in Beijing, and they told me that all those people on that plane should expect to be screened once they land in San Francisco. Tony?
You certainly feel for those people trying to get to safety. Ramy Inocencio for us in Beijing. Ramy, thank you very much.